this team was formed to make it to this tournament. So in my memory, there was a time when we couldn't even see this tournament. The goal was to get there. We started a program that we thought could get there one day. And so it's really wicked for me to be here with you guys now. We're seated right at the top. We got a shot. Let's take it.
Yeah.
I still remember my first practice I had, actually. At the time, I was a running back in football. In football, you have set plays. You're told where to go. You know, you have a little bit of creativity. The first practice, I was like, what do you mean I can run anywhere? He's like, anywhere. I'm like, so I can do any deeks I want? He's like, anything. I'm like, all right, this is a sport for me. I remember going to bed every night, sleeping with the Frisbee, waking up every morning, going outside, throwing with my brothers, like just constantly, like eat, sleep, Frisbee, that's what I would do. From there, I went on to play juniors in Ottawa, Canada. We won nationals, went on to play World Championships. I got picked up from there to go play with Furious George at 2002 EPA Championships. First time there, didn't really know what to expect, didn't know the level. Just there playing Frisbee as a young kid and ended up winning it. Didn't know what it meant at that time. Remember Jeff Cruikshank lecturing me and Oscar at the time about that, saying, you know, he's played his whole career for this, and us young punks came in, managed to win it in our first year. Came back the next year, won it again. From there, I was fortunate enough to pick up with Furious again for 2 more World Championships. Won both of those. I was fortunate enough to be on talented teams at a young age. It was great to win those championships, young, but at the same time, I viewed myself winning ever since. And that's become an issue, that's become a struggle. I'm looking to win that championship again as a team, because I love this team. GOAT is the only team I'll play with again.
So GOAT going to bring it to the goal line, and they'll have a chance for an easy score here. That is the game. So 14-10 is the final here in Davis, California at the Pro Flight finale, and it's GOAT taking home the win, and really there was never any doubt that they would win this game.
There's so much hype, like all those articles, and some people saying like, oh, this GOAT is so good, and they might go to the semis and finals.
Every single year, you know, we're kind of, we're under the radar, and people kind of, I don't know if people count us out, but it's always that GOAT's, you know, a dangerous team, but, you know, who knows what could happen. And Linky, one of the other guys on the team, always sends an email saying, you know, guys, they don't know us, like, we're way better than this, like, blah, blah, blah. And then this year, you know, we're seated second, and people are like, oh, you know, GOAT's got a shot at it. And Linky sends an email being like, guys, don't listen to these guys. They are not as good as they are saying, like, blah, blah, blah. So it's really, I feel like our team does a really good job of not taking these things to heart, like whatever other people say about us. If they say we suck, or we say whatever. If they say we're good, we say whatever. You know, it's we just want to play our game and come here and do what we're gonna do.
Here you go, Queen West.
Good job, Scotty.
Totally.
We did kind of lots of discussions and interviews with people, and it was interesting because a lot of people wanted to know what GOAT stood for, right? And I was pretty fired up. I don't even know. Like, I have some ideas what it is, but I don't even know. And I don't really want to know because I like that. For this weekend, I wanted to line up just a different word. So whatever you had in your mind from a perspective of what GOAT meant, can you erase that briefly? I wanted to address it in a different way, and the reason I want to do that is just something for us, just for us to think about. We don't have to tell anybody else. Go on and take it. This is about winning our battles, right? Is just go on and take it. Because it's out there. There's teams out there that will give it to us. There's opportunities for us to stand up and get it. But it's just go on and take it. Maybe a little corny, but all it really means is let's do this, right? Like we've got what we need. We're set up for I think what can be a good run, but the past doesn't really line up to the future unless we make it so.
The American Ultimate Disc League, North America's fastest growing professional ultimate league. The best players now playing in more cities. Join us for all of the action.
Every year I would show up to the tryouts and try to make GOAT, and every year, save one, they said no. I just remember a bunch of winters when it was really, really cold and it's always tough getting people to play. I would just keep on going to those practices. I think even then it wasn't about me trying to look like I was really committed so that one day they would put me on the team. It was because, you know, I wanted to support that group of guys to go and do better, and if they needed a 14th and a 15th player or whatever so that they could practice properly, I was happy to do that. They decided after 2010 that they needed to have a coach or wanted to have a coach. I don't think they thought that I was any strategic genius, but they knew that I was, I guess, interested in GOAT winning. I would love to see Toronto be successful, and I know that it wasn't going to be with my legs or like how I played to make it successful.
GOAT and Toronto became my second home. I moved here in 2006 and I didn't have any friends, and the only people I knew were people who play Ultimate. Even though I was the 27th guy, didn't speak English that well and probably didn't play that well, right away they accepted me on the team and I felt so welcomed, and I still do. I do this for Toronto and I do this for GOAT, but I also do this for all my friends back at home, because I have a lot of friends on the Ultimate community in Russia and other parts of Eastern Europe. People like supporting me, sending me messages, and hey, let's go. We believe in GOAT. And, like, they don't know anyone on GOAT, but they support the team because I'm on that team, and I want to make them proud.
It doesn't matter until you get to this tournament. We can win all the tournaments in the world. It doesn't matter until you get to this tournament. This is where everybody steps their game up.
Every team that makes it here is dangerous and is here for a reason. No one gets a free pass.
We have 1:30 game against Team 1. We have 4 o'clock game against Team 2. We have 7 o'clock game against Team 3. It doesn't attach any name to it. They could be the 20th seed, they could be the 1st seed, they could be the 100th seed. It doesn't matter. It's just Team 1 or Team 2 and Team 3, and we're gonna warm up the same way. We're gonna think about it the same way. We're gonna practice the same way because we want to dictate. We don't want them to dictate what we're gonna do.
Let's go! It's taking at Team 1. Just Team 1. Just Team 1.
Go on 3. 1, 2, 3, go!